Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. We are from Group Tanah. We are going to present case 4 regarding Nationwide Express and TD Express. Without wasting your time, let's start the presentation.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Najah binti Awang and my MIT number is S50404. I will present the difference between Nationwide and GDEX. The main difference between Nationwide and GDEX is Nationwide was classified as PN17 company in 24 February 2020. PN17 stands for Practice Note 70/2005 and is issued by Bursa Malaysia relating to companies that are in financial distress. Companies that fall within the definition of PN17 will need to submit their proposal to the approving authority to restructure and revive the company in order to maintain the listing status. Based on the consolidated quarter results as at 31 December 2019, the shareholder equity of the Nationwide is below 50% of issued share capital. Therefore, Nationwide should follow the requirement of PN17, but GDEX is not necessary because GDEX is not under PN17. Let's see the difference according to the share market price. According to the market price on the Malaysia Stock Exchange, starting March 2020, the Nationwide share price has decreased since the advent of COVID-19, but the GDEX share price has increased. This is because GDEX has a lot of demand from customers with an increase in online purchase. However, Nationwide experienced a decline as PN17 status reduced customer trust in their company. Therefore, there is a decrease in demand from its customers. It also made investors uninterested in investing and leads to a lack of funds. To address this issue, Nationwide disposed of a property in Shah Alam to real estate company Rubicon Lexington Senjang Berhad at below market price. The selling price of 19.4 million ringgit is a discount to the market value of 22 million ringgit. The selling price is also lower than property's net book value of 26.8 million ringgit based on the company's latest audited consolidated financial statement for the financial year ended March 2020. Nationwide said the disposal will enable the group to monetize its assets and unlock capital resources from being tied up in long-term assets to strengthen its financial position. Meanwhile, the proceeds from the disposal would be used as working capital and is expected to have a positive impact on the group's earnings. This is different from GDEX because the increased demand from their customer required GDEX to purchase more trucks. To meet the expanded operations, GDEX had commissioned the use of 16 new trucks, bringing the total of commercial vehicles in service to 1,277 and raising carrying capacity to 3,905 tons from 3,580 tons previously. Therefore, GDEX purchased new trucks in order to further their operation.
Next, I'm going to explain the similarity between the two companies with regard to their effect from the COVID-19 pandemic. So, the similarity that have been experienced by Nationwide Express Holdings Berhad and GD Express Sederia Berhad is in terms of the operation of the company, which disrupted due to the changes in the way companies have to operate as set by the government during this pandemic COVID-19 season. This COVID-19 pandemic impacted the company's time of operation because it was needed to postpone or temporarily stop the journey involving cross-country travel to prevent the virus from spreading further. Moreover, there are also changes that both companies have applied in their operation due to COVID-19, which is they must take further preventive steps or implement extra precautionary measures in the form of sanitary practice in the workplace by providing face masks and hand sanitizers. In terms of workplace, for example, GDEX has taken another precautionary action, which is to disinfect all parcels before delivery to the customer and sterilize their hubs in order to reduce the risk of COVID-19 infection from spreading to employees as well as to their customers. Other than that, both companies will also experience a lack of staff, such as in the warehouse of the company. During the COVID-19, social distancing protocols presents a new challenge. Employees must obey to the standard of operations set by the government, which is the company and staff need to follow social distancing protocols such as restricting staff from traveling between buildings, implementing a work from home policy, or employees going to office on a rotation basis to ensure the companies continue to run smoothly. But this had an impact on the company since it will slightly disrupt the communication between employees and productivity will also fallen as the result of the reduction of the on-site personnel. In addition, another similarity for GDEX and Nationwide that gives significant impact in their business in this pandemic COVID-19 era is in terms of implementation of new strategy. For Nationwide company, they are one of the company listed under the PN70 status, which means it was the company with the financial distress. Although Nationwide is one of the company under PN70 status, it does not stop them from implementing new strategies as one of the efforts to improve the financial situation of their company. For Nationwide, they expand their business strategy commenced B2C, in which this strategy focused on the e-commerce platform as their medium to run the business. B2C strategy has grown significantly as customers become familiar with the digital and online platforms. Through the implementation of this B2C strategy, the aftermath can be seen when there is improvement in the nationwide financial condition after the strategy is being implemented with several cost optimization and sales strategies. While for GD Express, they intensified its effort to upgrade and further digitize its online operation by making its system and process more user-friendly and accessible to the public. This investment in the digital infrastructure was to improve the quality and connectivity of its accelerated supply chain. Among GDEX company efforts to improve their digital business, they have created an online shipping platform named MyGDEX and a cloud-based call center as their e-commerce medium. Besides, they also developed a social commerce supply chain platform for SMEs enterprise, which is the Dekat platform, and also Kita platform, which is a last mile delivery platform that works for targeting on online shipping segments. This digitized on e-commerce platform is not only strengthen company operation but also allow GDEX to tap into business to consumer B2C and consumer to consumer C2C segments. The effect after the implementation of this strategy can be seen on GDEX financial statement, where it shows that the revenue of GDEX company rose up to 15.7% in year 2020. Moreover, even though GDEX recorded a 42% fall in the net profit in the financial year ended 30th June 2020, but GDEX has learned to adjust as it posts an improvement net profit of RM 7.2 million in its first quarter 30th September, compared with RM 4.76 million in the same period last year, as demand for last mile delivery continued at an elevated level. In a nutshell, this shows that Nationwide and GD Express achieved a positive impact in terms of rise in revenue after implementing the new strategy even prior to the COVID-19 pandemic. That's all from me. Thank you.
Next, I'll proceed to question 5, the assumption and the impacts after the pandemic. The world has drastically changed since the COVID-19 pandemic occurred. Since this month, more than 174 million coronavirus cases has been reported around the world, and including 622,000 from Malaysia. So we think there is no specific dates to predict when this pandemic will over. However, if we could manage to control the speed of infections, Malaysia's economy may be recovering in 5 years or less. Besides, the COVID-19 pandemic had a significant impact on global economies and countries such as workforce, food and agriculture, academic institutions, and also health system. Based on our assumption, our country and globally are going through a slowing growth in a few years due to COVID-19 effects. However, the economy will recover back after the pandemic ended, as many sectors are able to operate their business as usual. This is because mostly people will fully vaccinated, where there will be herd immunity that would permit our country to return to the normals. Since the COVID-19 pandemic had significant impacts on the majority of business in Malaysia, but it also has created the opportunity for our country e-commerce industry. It's because people are more preferred to shopping online due to lockdown and social distancing measures. So this will lead to increases in revenue of e-commerce business such as Shopee, Lazada, Zalora in 2020 compared to previous year. With the rise of e-commerce, it will directly relate to the profit of the delivery service companies, include Nationwide and GDEX. After the pandemic, we assume that the revenue of the both company will increase compared to 2020. This is because customers have become accustomed towards the online shopping during the pandemic, in which will influence the revenue growth of Nationwide and GDEX even after the pandemic. Besides, the Nationwide and GDEX were very impressed in which they cannot deliver the parcels in the red zones area and may cause a slight delay in sending process. With that, the parcels having to be stored in the warehouse then will eventually become damaged and make the warehouse full of goods that fail to be delivered. After COVID, we assume that the both operation will be more effective and efficient as regard the consumer will satisfy and keep using their service, in which the customer may persuade other people to use their service. If the pandemic is over, there will be no temporary service suspicions because of the COVID, in which they can operate their business as before, where they can across different countries on flights and also cross-border service. Hence, it will directly increase the profitability of the country and growing up the nation economies. That's all from me.
Lastly, I would like to explain more about the solution to improve or sustain both GDEX and Nationwide Explain financial and non-financial position and performance. The first solution is to lower down the expenses. According to the annual report of GDEX Berhad, the expenses of GDEX Berhad was increased in 2020 compared to 2019. For example, GDEX Berhad has recorded its direct cost of 82,515,146 ringgit in 2020 and 57,524,917 ringgit in 2019. The direct cost of GDEX Berhad consists of transportation and warehouse charges. The transportation was recorded at 78,339,315 ringgit in 2020 and 53,546,246 ringgit in 2019. While the warehouse charges was recorded at 4,175,832 ringgit in 2020 and 3,978,672 ringgit in 2019. The increasing direct cost was due to the COVID-19 pandemic has affected the operation time of most logistic companies such as GDEX Berhad. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the company has to extend its warehouse operation time as many people were shopping online, and it increased the workload of the workers, in which the workers need to work overtime and manage the parcels. This will cause the company to expense more in the warehouse charges, such as the utilities of warehouse, although the government has provided the electricity subsidies to all premises. Besides, the travel restriction has slowed down the process of transportation due to the implementation of the MCO, in which the parcels are unable to deliver to the red zone on time. It can be said that the company has to extend the transportation process due to the travel restriction and the increasing workload. This will increase the transportation expenses such as the petrol and the maintenance of the lorry and trucks.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Azwan. For solution to improve or sustain Nationwide Express. First, sell unused or unwanted asset. Since Nationwide Express was founded in 1985, they have many assets to run and support their business. Therefore, selling unwanted asset can be a good way to get some cash and reduce their storage cost. Nationwide also can consider listing their asset. This will help to spread the cost over a long-term period. They also can consider putting their asset for auction if they have a large amount of unwanted asset and need faster cash. To strengthen its financial position, sell unwanted asset or unused asset to monetize its asset and unlock capital resource from being tied up in a long-term asset. Currently, Nationwide Express was classified as PN70 company, and their company need to remedy its financial and regularize their PN70 status. Second, improve strategy and increase initiative. To sustain the business, Nationwide Express has expanded its business-to-business concept to business to consumer concept to cater the spike of e-commerce demand. Nationwide must consider the increasing demand for small delivery package. So they introduced the new IT system and improved the courier bag. In-house IT unit has enhanced its application and B2C platform by enabling the customer to do live date tracking. Apart from gaining a better analytical insight into improve the level of their service, Nationwide also embarked on the redesign courier bag more than 350 of its motorbikes courier. This will help the dispatch rider to handle more volume while ensuring more effective and secure delivery method to customer. The initiative undertaken has enabled the company to par its monthly net loss to 1 million from 2 million. Third, improving marketing. Nationwide need to avoid wasting money on ineffective marketing. If the current marketing is not up to date, this is good time to look new wave for improving. Consider all the latest marketing platform and option. The best choice is to seek low budget with the high impact marketing. The company can test one or two new tactics to perform the best marketing strategy for their marketing unit. Social media is the best and the low cost marketing platform to get and attract the new customer. Compared to the cost of maintaining their website, it will be a good choice to improve marketing to another platform with the low budget and high impact.
So, we have come to the end of our presentation. Thank you for your attention. That's all from us. Bye. Assalamualaikum.